This free meditation is made possible by my Patreon supporters. Join them for daily meditations and more by checking the link in the description. Thank you, and let's begin. Welcome back to the channel, dear friend, dear meditator. If you're new here, my name is Raphael, and I'm honored to guide you once again on this journey of transcendence, where we move beyond the noise of the mind and into the peaceful, infinite awareness that is always present within us. For those joining us for the first time, let's take a short moment to revisit what transcendence is and why we practice it. Unlike other meditations, this meditation is not the better one, it's just a little bit different. And unlike those that require maybe a little bit more effort or focus or visualization, these meditations for transcendence are about surrender. It is about allowing yourself to simply be. And for that, to make it as simple and easy as possible, we use sound as an anchor. And sound, as opposed to mantras or prayers, are neutral and effortless, and they can be easily used as a guide that allows the mind to settle naturally into stillness. No need to resist thoughts, no need to force anything, because when thoughts arise, as they always will, we simply observe them, allow them to drift, and gently return to the sound. And today, I invite you to reflect on a teaching from the ancient Chinese Lao Tzu, who is credited for writing the Tao Te Ching. Quote, "At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want." So often we search outside of ourselves for meaning, for purpose, for direction. We seek advice, validation, or signs that the world around us. But what if everything you seek is already within you? What if the clarity, wisdom, and direction you long for have been waiting inside you all along? In today's guided meditation for transcendence, we will practice tuning into this deep inner wisdom, stepping beyond distractions, beyond self-doubt, and reconnecting with the knowing that has always been within us. And as always, if thoughts arise, do not fight them or judge them. Simply observe them, let them pass, and when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the sound, resting in effortless presence. Take a moment now to find a comfortable position where you feel fully supported. Close your eyes softly, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and as you exhale through your mouth, let go of searching, let go of doubt, let go of expectations, and allow yourself to rest in the quiet knowing within. Let's begin. I will start introducing you to a sound, and when you find it, put your attention on it very gently. Put it at the foreground of your mind and keep it there throughout the entirety of the meditation. When your mind drifts away, when it loses itself, maybe into thoughts, don't judge the thoughts. Don't try to eliminate these thoughts. Simply go back gently and effortlessly towards the sound, putting it back on the center of your mind's eye. Repeat this process as many times as needed, and when the sound fades out, let it resonate gently and naturally within you for a few extra moments. You may now let go of the sound, let go of the vibration, let go of the focus, and let your mind go where it needs to go. As this meditation comes to an end, do take a moment to feel the stillness within you, the deep knowing that you do not have to seek outside yourself, that all the answers you need are already within. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes, reconnecting with the present moment. When you're ready, softly open your eyes, carrying this clarity and inner wisdom with you into the rest of your day. Reflect once more on Lao Tzu's wisdom, quote, "At the center of your being, you have the answer, you know who you are, and you know what you want." And let me know how this resonates with you personally in the comment section below. Remember that this practice is not about finding something new. It's about remembering, about returning to the clarity that has always been inside you. If this meditation helped you feel more centered, more in touch with your inner wisdom, or more at peace, I encourage you to return to it throughout the week. Transcendence is not about seeking, it's about uncovering, about quieting the noise so that we can hear the wisdom that has been there all along. Before we part, I invite you to explore my free course, Beyond Meditation, Living a Transcendent Life, because this course is designed to help you take these principles beyond meditation and integrate them into your daily life. You'll find all the details in the description below. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, for putting your heart into this practice, and until we meet again, may you walk through life with clarity, trust, and an open heart. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.